Hey everybody, good evening, or maybe it's still afternoon for you. Long time no see, indeed, long time no see. Just quickly checked, you can hear me well. I also missed you. Yeah, I was like traveling for personal matters, so there was no technical um opportunity to stream to you. However, I'm back. So already wait like for a couple of minutes. And I see um like no obstacles for kickstarting. And first of all, let me um, drawing the agenda of today. Will take a bit more time than expected. So first, we'll discuss the latest news. Secondly, I will do the task overview of part three. I will do a quick one because I already know that you are aware. So it's just for the validation purpose that you get the requirements right. Maybe at that point you might find something that's some assumptions are not much in the criteria. It could be, and for sure we'll do the Q&A. So I will start with the questions you left in the thread, and then in case if something else comes in, then for sure we'll answer that as well. First, let's start with the news. Previously, you might be in, found the final task team distribution, and previously, it's like we're discussing internally that due to having like uh, quite a huge part of smart home UI, so assumed like there will be no like team distribution task. However, mentors are encouraging that we should have one, so you will feel like even more confident uh, with the technology you're learning, and that's will be a good opportunity to sharpen the skills in the team, where you could also take the chance to work in a team to see how you could collaborate and basically, yeah, what will happen when you join the real team of Angular devs. Yeah, apologize for misleading information given here to the thread that it is not planning. It will. However, please wait for further announcement, and just in case, with the PT announcing that I'll be with you till the end of this week, meaning that till the end of your current assignment. Furthermore, the course will be like made by the rest of the Angular org team with the final task along with scheduling the interview. So yeah, perhaps you already read the announcements from Dmitry. So yeah, they consist of like having the final team project, right? And after that, facilitation of the technical interviews. Um, both of the activities are required for getting the end of course certificate. Um, so yeah, this is the mandatory part, not the optional one. So you need to finish the current assignments you have for the smart home UI. Just a reminder that we have the deadline till the end of this week, and then I guess within this week, either it could be Tuesday or Thursday, you'll be given a further announcement of the final team task. In very brief, it will be like the free topic chosen, like choosing the popular service or app and making a clone of it. So it's in very brief. For sure, you should wait for further notice then. But here there will be the concept of the future team task, like to implement a clone of a service or side or project whatsoever. So yeah, you could like start discussing internally, like gather the team. There is no like strict restrictions, so you could already team up. And a technical interview afterwards will cover the part related to technical topics. So yeah, given that, if you are questioning about the timelines of the course, so it will be held till the mid of October. So if you're interested, given our activities, so we'll be finishing up with the current assignments and given the final project along with the interview, so to take till mid of October. And we'll be allocating around 1 month for the team final project. So that will be the preliminary timelines for you. For sure, the details will be later, but for your understanding, what you should anticipate next. So here we go. Okay. I guess, yeah, very good with this one. For sure. In the meanwhile, you're watching, please leave any questions in the chat, anywhere where I could find it. So I could discuss. And in the meantime, I am passing to the quick overview of the part 3 task. So I'll do like as we did with previous 2 parts, but assuming that you already a bit familiar with the requirements, I will skip some of the parts, like the most obvious ones, and focus more on those requirements that might leave you in the doubts. Let's say that. Okay. So I would probably first of all emphasize like on the list of all of the available endpoints. So it's been duplicated into the task requirement itself. So it lists all the endpoints that were recently added or modified on the API level. And on the Smart Home JSON server itself, you could take a look at all of the available endpoints. So yeah, let's make focus here. And if I'm not wrong, I also saw the question related to working with the API itself and about the purposes of the endpoints. So the post dashboard endpoint only used like for creating a new dashboard, and it's like by design by the HTTP method purpose. So this one will be used to create a new one, and the put endpoint for updating the currently existing dashboard. So as you see here, it has the tabs content only. So each time you wish to update the existing dashboard, you need to include all the cards that you added during the edit mode. And the most frequent question is whenever you create a new dashboard, it might be noticed that you pass the ID, title, and icon, right? But there is no any ID on the put endpoint. And this question was already answered somewhere in the chat, but just in case, we'll remind here. So yeah, indeed, when I was doing the recent changes to the API, the rest of the data was not included. So we agreed to omit the part with renaming the dashboard name or changing the icon. So the title along with the icon and the new ID is to be specified on the creation stage only. So meaning that whenever you created the dashboard, there will be no option to rename it rather than delete. I agree that it might sound a bit ridiculous, but yeah, I simply forgot to include the rest of the data to the payload. There was the PR opened to my repository, but just not to confuse anyone else who might not be aware of what's going on, we agreed not to change the requirements and keep it as is. So the requirement does not state you to change the title. I know that it's previously the text might be showing that there should be the option to change the title, but just in case, by the requirements, primarily, I mean, the evaluation criteria. So the rest of the data is of the information is used to give you an understanding of the logic, how it should work, like the best practice of the user experience, and primarily the flow is being evaluated. And if something state otherwise that it is not stated, you might either omit it or like include just to enhance the user experience. Previously, it's been said in the edit modes. I will also mostly referring to this question already. Like there was, you can rename the current dashboard. Previously, it's been a part of this section. I realized that I left there without even noticing. So with the recent changes, I specified the dashboard name and icon are being specified on the creation step only, meaning that you can omit the edit icon part here and specify the dashboard name and the icon on the creation stage only. Of course, if you would like to make the changes to the API itself, yeah, feel free. Since you have the forked version of your own repositories, you're free to do any changes. And basically, if you have free time, you can also include changing the dashboard name as well. And if I'm not wrong, there was the PR raised to my repository, even two ones. Yeah, you could apply a patch to your local version, right? To enable the functionality and make it possible to change the dashboard title, but it will be not obligatory. So hope here we're clear. And yeah, we reviewed the capabilities of the endpoint, and here I will just give you a quick overview of the flow. So basically, that's how the app might look like after implementing the part 3. So you are to add the capability to add the new dashboard. We'll be seeing the modal dialog with the form containing 3 fields required for creating a new dashboard. It's like the ID. You can specify your own title of the dashboard and the icon name. So regarding the icon, I already mentioned that the mock data that is provided on the backend side might not include the right icon names from the library, depending on which you'll be using, either material icons from Google or Font Awesome. You are free to make the changes to the incoming data on mock one. Here, the idea is it will be the regular string. So you could simply leave it in the text area where you can specify the icon name, and afterwards it will be transformed into the SVG icon using your library that you choose for your application. So yeah, we'll be adding a new dashboard, and we're adding an option to fill in with the content, to change the cards, add new devices, and so on. So there will be like 2 buttons in the top, like the delete one for deleting the dashboard entirely, and the pen icon will switch your current dashboard to edit mode. I will give you a few details also on like storing the snapshot. What does save and discard mean? To ensure we'll be on the same page, right? So whenever you switch to the edit mode, okay, apology. Uh, Whenever you switch to the edit mode, you'll see like a new controls. Like for tab creation, I think it's quite obvious one. For cart reordering, I also heard the question. So how should we do the reordering? So the simplest way you can do with having plus and minus icon, meaning that whenever you click the plus one, you increase the position. And for simplicity, you can treat the cart position as the cart index. Uh, and whenever you reposition the cards, the changes should be reflected separately. Maybe I just been one step ahead. I would like to take a step back and provide you with a more vision of what's going on whenever you switch to the edit mode or having the choice of discard and save. So basically, the Nginx store or like your source of data will keep the data that is currently displayed on your UI, right? So it's kind of like the source of truth of the current state of your dashboard. Whenever you switch to the edit mode, you need to save a snapshot of the current state. So meaning that whatever is being retrieved from the backend in order to show up all the cards and devices, you store this snapshot. So the latest current version on the backend. Whenever you switch to the edit mode, you still continue use the same state for displaying the card. So meaning that you can directly make the changes to the object or to the state of what you currently see right now. But at the same time, since at the moment you switch to the edit mode, you already have a snapshot of the current state on the backend. Whenever you discard the changes, all the changes you made should be lost, meaning that you need to restore the snapshot that you created when switching to the edit mode. Whenever you can click save, the current state becomes the latest one. So you do the put request to the backend where you put all the tabs content. So that's what happens like with the edit mode. I guess for adding the new card or adding the devices is quite obvious. So yeah, you could create a new card. It could be empty, and there is no any restrictions on duplicating the cards or duplicating the devices. So your dashboard can have the device that is located on another dashboard or on another card. So there is no any restrictions on duplicate. So the only things that should be validated for duplication are stated in the requirements. The same goes for the cards. So basically, you add the cards. Remember, like we have three card types. So for the time being, it's being created. It will start with the empty one. Then, whenever you select to modify the card, you start adding or removing the devices. Could also specify the card name, and you might be noticed that each card has its own ID as well. So we can take a look at any of the responses. For instance, here we have the card ID. There was a question: how should we generate it? So I specified like for the rule for basically not a rule but recommendation for tabs only. And it was also discussed that we could provide uh, the same ID rule for the cards as well. Like whenever you specify the title, I could aware that at the time of card creation there could be no title, so you can generate the IDs by any way you want. So you could use UID. Uh, you could ask like for the card ID first when you do the card creation. Um, so yeah, it could be any. If nothing states otherwise in evaluation criteria, then you should be good. So it could be any, and depends on your needs. First of all, uh, so yeah, um, the only step when we send the data to backend to update the current dashboard is whenever we click save. So any changes we made to the dashboard should remain on the JRX store level and then eventually being passed to the API. So I think we are clear here. About device toggle. Also, to emphasize that a device or a sensor could be added multiple times, even within the current dashboard. So let's assume like the overview dashboard has duplicated uh, devices like on in separate cards, and it could also have the duplicates in other dashboards. Whenever you do the patch request to update the device state, so yeah, it's related to devices only, not to sensors. Yeah, the device. Whenever you do the patch request, it updates all the occurrences, even in the current dashboard itself. So it already handles the case whenever the device could be duplicated. So yeah, basically, it might look quite easy on the first glance. I do aware that it requires a significant amount of work to set up the store, to do the edit mode, um, and the rest of the required functionality. So yeah, I was like doing the quick overview with respect also to answer some of the questions because it will be the part. It was the part of the overall explanation. So yeah, um, that's how it looks like. With the rest, goes over to the requirements. So let's start reviewing the questions that you left in the thread. Um, I'll read one by one, but some of them already answered. How to let task concerning the ordering of the cards, like the usage of the buttons. It updates the UI immediately, persists only on save. So as per design, all controls are in the UI of the card, and there is no save button. So yeah, the only save button that we have to store the changes is the dashboard save one. So there is no save button here for sure. And I already told that we should save whenever we do the changes on the UI. You update the injury store, right? But still, the changes are not yet sent to the backend. So upon clicking on save, you should persist. By persist, I mean to synchronize your local changes made to the dashboard with the API. So that's what it meant by persisting the state. So I understood that it might be misleading, but it's worth also specifying it explicitly. Okay. Going next. For edit mode, about renaming the dashboard title, we already agreed that we could omit this part, or you could implement by your own by doing the changes to your forked version of the API, but it will be optional. There is no obligation like to have it implemented, so you could easily omit this part. How we can save changes uh, t- how can we say the dashboard changes? So put post what exactly requests do we need? Yeah, that's why I was like reviewing the list of the requests, right? And the answer to your question comes from the method names of the HTTP request. So post request, the most common use case is to create the new entity. So by design, like it should produce the new data during the post requests. And there is also the differences between put and patch. So the purpose is to update the currently existing entity, and you will see like the IDs in the path of the endpoint. So meaning that we'll be referring to the existing record, and to find it, we provide the ID in a path. So to answer the question directly, I will say like the post requests will be creating a new dashboard is whenever you click add dashboard on the bottom and then specify like ID, title, and the icon for the new dashboard, right? So this is the post request. The put one, on the other hand, used to like here I stated like saves the full structure of a dashboard, tabs, cards, and content. So meaning that whenever you are intending to leave the edit mode and to persist the changes that are currently made to backend. So that's when the put request will come in. So as you see from the response sample, so it includes the entire content of the dashboard. So that's the usage of like the put post requests in our case. Edit mode behavior, discard changes, how exactly it should work. So like entering or exiting the edit mode. So and yeah, we also covered this part, like what we should do in case when we enter or exit the edit mode. So yeah, entering the edit mode will create the snapshot of the current state retrieved from the backend. Discard will revert the dashboard content back to the retrieved one from the backend, and save will perform the put request to persist the current state of your dashboard with the backend, so it will be treated as the latest version of your content. And next time when you refresh the page or will get back to the dashboard you recently saved, it should persist all the data that's you sent via the put request. So here I think we are clear. And a question from Kenny. Here I see no new ones. So please think on your questions, or just let me know in case if it's clear for you, whatever we already discussed, or in case if you still have doubts. So do not hesitate to chat here. In the meanwhile, I'm answering a question from Evgeny. Can the placement and type of interface elements be changed? I'll be honest, when reading the question for the first time, I thought of interfaces as TypeScript interfaces. But now I get the question that, yeah, there could be like some confusing parts related to the UI. So I kept mentioning that the screenshots that were introduced are made like for your reference, but at some point I could also like refer to some parts of the elements presented here as an example, like adding the add dashboard button and emphasizing the bold should be shown in the sidebar footer. So I use this way because in part one, he already given like the recommended structure for your components, and it's been already mentioned about like the parts of the sidebar. So it was already created by you previously and evaluated. So I was referring to the requirements that were already previously satisfied. I was assuming that. If you don't, if you see like the other parts are not stated in the requirements, you could feel free to modify the UI and to make it some things by your own. There is no like restrictions. And again, the UI is not evaluated firstly like with your task, right? So the main focus in the evaluation phase is functionality. So if you see here, it's like we have the criteria for creation, editing, entering the edit mode, persisting the current state, right? So it's all about that, and plus some technical requirements. So regarding the UI, you are free to um, make any buttons, any controls anywhere you want. So if you see like any references to the UI parts in the text itself, so it's been referred with respect to the components that were created by you during the part one. I hope we're clear here. So yeah, the UI is fully on you. I was just referring as the names that were already mentioned previously. Um, Clarify the requirements for the ID of the cards being added. So yeah, as I already mentioned, I included this tab ID here for the tabs, but for cards I haven't specified how it should be generated. So you can take up any format for the card ID. It could be UUID or any other format. So it's entirely up to you. Uh, Good. I guess we are done here. I haven't seen any new questions. I hope that we are good with these ones. So yeah, already took like more than 30 minutes to discuss all of the details that we planned. So yeah, again, thank you so much for your questions. Please let me know if you are good with the explanation or you would like to ask something extra. So please take the time to write down the questions in the chat. And whoever joined recently, I was also mentioning that I'll be with you till the end of the week, meaning that till the end of the smart home UI task in that period. Yeah, please do not hesitate to um, ask me, ping me directly, tag in my name in case if still something clear with the task you're running into trouble when implementing it. Anything that relates to it, please let me know. Uh, Starting from the next week, there will be other people driving further, including the final team's project along with the interview. And at that point, I might not be able to answer your questions. So wait for further announcements from other people who will be coordinating the course further at the current moment. Okay, so looks like we are good with whatever was discussed with the task. Let's see, as far as I understood, the word edit in the card is just a word. So basically what we can edit in the card itself is either to add or remove the devices or change the card title. So it's actually means the edit. So maybe you can point me out at the place or section where it's been mentioned in case if it's still not clear for you. So just in case, what we can edit in edit mode, we can create or remove, create, remove, or edit our tabs. On each tab, we could create, edit, and remove cards. In each card, we could add a device from the list ones that's been loaded using the get request for devices. So it's this request should be used to get the list of all devices available on the platform and those ones that are available for adding to the cards. It could be done even at the startup of the app. I haven't also mentioned, probably it's been stated, it's not here. Then I probably mention it in the API documentation itself. Uh, there should be the get method specified here. Yeah, the authorization is required to retrieve the devices. So yeah, you could even do that at the startup of the app, but you need to ensure that you are authorized. Otherwise, it will not work. So yeah, you get the all the devices available or sensors to be added to your card. So technically answering, it means like you need to add it, yeah, in the card to the left. Okay. So the added basically, yeah. I was like, uh, it might be like, yeah. I see now. So you have three dots icon, right, and edit one on the screenshot. So again, as I mentioned, this is the reference, and probably you could um, tie the edit button with this model or as a three dots. I see, yeah, in the requirements because I haven't read it for some time. So yeah, I see here it's stated like about three dots, but you see also the edit button. Yes, I agree. It is not needed here. So if it's since it's already stated like to have the three dots icon. And you already implemented like that, then you could keep triggering the model for adding a devices using three dots icon. You could already do that with the edit button as well. So yeah, it's been duplicated here. Now I see the point. So yeah, there is no like a strict requirement which of the buttons should be used. You can implement by your own, as I mentioned here. So hope it's clear. As I was trying like to figure out what was meant by um, edit cards. Is it today the last day to create a team for last project? No, today is not the last day. I know you're referring like okay, I've been logged out from here. Just give me some time. I'll jump back in. Okay. So yeah, in the schedule you might be seeing like the final teams distribution. I was trying to find where it can be customized. To be honest, I wasn't able to locate where it could be because when I was trying like to check the tasks. So apart from like having the test and smart home UI related ones, I haven't found where it's been set. So I left it as is. So yeah, answering the question, today is not the last day to form the team. Please wait for further notice about the team task. It will be given like within this week, preliminary on Wednesday. And I was also revealing some of the details about the team task at the beginning of our today's webinar, so you could revisit this part as well. So yeah, today even is not not even the last day, like, so it's like the first one, I would say. So please disregard whatever is mentioned here about the final task distribution because it's been outdated. So the only deadline that is like for now is revealed for you, like the end of the part 3 of Smart Home UI, which is the end of the current week. All right. I think like we did even more that we're supposed to. I guess it's quite expected given that we haven't met like for several weeks. But I hope that it was useful for you to clear up all the doubts that you had for your current assignment and about our future plans. So yeah, thank you so much for your questions. I highly appreciate that you're interested in clarifying your doubts, and I will still encourage you to leave uh, leave your questions, your messages. Do not hesitate to ask people. Tag me in case if you would like to revisit some of the parts and you would like me to answer your question directly. So yeah, I guess we already are good to wrap up. So if something is still not yet answered, for you, again, do not hesitate to chat me. For the rest, you could revisit the recording, and I think yeah, we could wrap it up here. Then, hence, thank you so much for your attention, and yeah, I will be with you like till the end of week. So yeah, good luck with your future assignments. I wish you good luck with future team project and the interview. I guess the current coding task assignments gave you the credible boost, like for understanding how it overall works. So you could even sharpen your skills even more with your future assignments. So yeah, wishing you all the best and have a great week and the evening. So good luck.